So we are going on a travel journey with our family. We are the Harpers. We're a family of 6. We have 4 boys with us, and we are gonna go travel, and we'll let you know how it goes along the way. This is our first video. We are recording this. We don't even know what to call ourselves or what channel we will be putting this on, but I guess you'll know by the time you watch this video. But we are leaving in 4 weeks today, I think, 28 days.
Absolutely.
To fly to Thailand to start our travel journey. So why are we doing this?
Why not?
Why not? Like, YOLO. I mean, you only live once, right?
Okay, you don't have to explain what YOLO is now. You don't have to explain
people
YOLO.
know. People know.
People know.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to do in such a little amount of time.
Yes.
I'm not getting any younger.
Yes.
You are staying magically young.
I am?
However,
Oh, yes.
am not. But we do have 4 kids, and we want to experience things with them.
We have a lot of reasons as to why. I think when we announced it to our family and friends, a lot of people were really curious were really shocked. It seemed very sudden, but actually Jeremy and I have been talking about how this might be possible for us for a very long time. It feels very surreal now that we're actually taking the leap, taking the jump, and we bought plane tickets to Bangkok, Thailand, and that's when it got, no turning back serious.
It got real.
It got real. There's a lot of reasons why we want to do this. And it's all started with a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is my health, migraines. We thought maybe a different climate might be better for my health. But we started exploring the idea that when you start over, if you were to start over with your life, what would you do? What would you want to do if you could do anything, or if you had plenty of money to spend on whatever it was you wanted to do? What would you do? And I would always ask Jeremy that, and he would always say, hands down, he would travel.
Absolutely.
And we've been married for 23 years now. He's never mentioned that in 20 years. And until the last 3 years, he's never mentioned that. So I started thinking, well, how could that be possible? Whether you're working and we go on trips or things like that. So we started looking into it. And you really started looking into it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But it wasn't like I didn't always want to travel. It's just that I had put the value, for good reason, about being married and having a family and supporting a family above some of those other things. And then we started thinking and talking about it. I'm like, hey, we could do this with our family.
Yeah.
And you might still be thinking, how is that even possible with 4 boys?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
So we started homeschooling the kids. I had just intrinsically wanted to get them out of the public school system. I wanted to homeschool them myself. I started researching things that I could do as a homeschool mom. Then we put our house on AirBNB. We needed to downsize our living expenses because I stopped working 4 years ago, and we really needed to downsize. It made us feel much more comfortable to live within our means. Mm-hmm. And so we've been living for a year in a rental while we Airbnb'd out our 5-bedroom house. And that's been going well. We've had a chance to do it for a full year, so we know what to kind of expect for the next year, because it's a big question mark as to whether an Airbnb will work for your home. It's working pretty well for our house, so now it feels stable and it pays for itself. Mm-hmm. So we reduced our living expenses. So now we homeschool the kids, and now we don't have a home necessarily that we have to take care of. So those are kind of some steps that took us towards, okay, well, this could be possible for us to travel. The more we started looking into it, the more we wanted Jeremy to work from home.
Yeah.
And so we looked into, well, what could we do online? And then we could work anywhere in the world. And then you started looking into different areas of the country and what the cost of living is. So he would study these things, and you can tell about that.
Oh yeah,
it's
so
like hardcore.
So we would go through and look at the different countries and just kind of go, well, what would be interesting? How much does it cost to live there? And I would come back to Amber, and I would be like, this place is pretty cheap to live in comparison to the United States. And then some place I'd be like, it's cheap. And then some places I'd be like,
yes.
It's cheap. I communicated
that
to her.
That was the level of how cheap it was.
Yeah.
And how cheap is Thailand?
Well, it's In comparison to living where we live, it is definitely much
It's a
cheaper.
fraction of the cost.
Right. And
of living
so
here in America.
when you think you've got a family of 6, you got to consider how much food cost is. You got to consider how much lodging is. You got to consider just a lot of things, just getting from one place to the next. As an example, I was looking at how to get from Bangkok to the next place I wanted to go to. I'm going to butcher the name, but Hua Hin. Okay. I wanted to get there, and I found a train that got there. It was a 4.5-hour journey. $4.33 per person to get there. That's
We're finding all of these ways where we can work online. We don't have to make as much as we do here, although we are working on a plan to replace Jeremy's income. But in the meantime, we can live in inexpensive areas. Most of Thailand, there is a big long beach. And so they've got white sandy beaches, and going to the beach is free. Just like going to the park here in San Antonio is free. And so instead of going to the park, we'll go to the beach. And the first 2 places that we are staying that we booked already, we are staying in AirBNBs, by the way. Mm-hmm. You can go to Thailand, stay in an Airbnb that's furnished on the beach. Our first one is a condo. The condo has 8 swimming pools, and it's right on the beach, so you can walk just right there to the beach. And so we plan on doing that for our physical activity, for meeting other friends, things like that. So our cost of living in that Airbnb is $1,000 a month.
So that's electricity, like your utilities, that's Wi-Fi, it's all of those things. So if it were just me and Amber, we could live a lot cheaper, and it wouldn't even cost $1,000 a month. So imagine your startup business and you're trying to start a business online. This allows for us to work that, make the mistakes, have our growth, and to make it work for us as we get to experience this. Our kids are homeschooling, and guess what? Instead of reading about Thailand, they're going to experience Thailand. And that is a form of education that you say you can't buy, but we're buying plane tickets, so whatever you want to call it.
Yes, and I will go into, I want to do a whole nother video on world schooling, things like that, but we want to world school. I'm very minimalist. I don't like to have a lot of stuff. We are trading our big family home and all the stuff that we have, even our cars. We will not have a car over there. We will be relying on public transportation, buses. They do have Ubers and stuff over there. We will be relying on other people for transportation. We are trading those things for experiences with the kids. So our ideas are that once a week we will go snorkeling, or we will go do some type of adventure that we wouldn't do because it's only in that location. So we'll be staying monthly in different places of the world. And it's not just in Thailand. Do you want to tell kind of it'll probably change like 400 times, just like our whole journey has.
We'll see. We can look back at this video and
look back at this video
if we actually followed what I originally thought.
Yeah.
So we're going to be using tourist visas to travel through most of the places. A couple of places I'm going to have to apply for a visa for us to be there for a certain amount of time. But we're only going to spend 60 days in Thailand, and then we're going to make our way into Malaysia, and then we're going to go and spend a week in like Singapore, and go up to Vietnam, spend 90 days in Vietnam, and then we'll go over to the Philippines. And that's as far as I got. Yeah. So that's really pretty close to a year when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and that may change like 100 times. We have our first 2 or 3 places.
We may do this and go, why would we ever leave Thailand? We also may go, what are we doing here? We need to get out of here now.
Let's
we don't
go.
know.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's sort of like we're following our dreams. With 4 boys, you kind of have to keep them moving. And we think that, instead of a desk environment, this is going to be a better environment for them. It's going to be a more outdoor lifestyle, which is healthier. The foods are healthier over there. It will help us to learn a different culture. It'll show our kids. And our kids are at the certain ages that we think it's best to travel now. Our oldest,
we don't know.
Yeah, that's what we think. That's what we're telling ourselves.
That's what our research says.
We found all kinds of reasons
we'll tell
why
you
we could do this.
If it's real or not.
Yeah, we found all kinds of reasons why this is like totally something we should do now. But our kids are now, not so little. Our littlest are 8 years old. We have twin boys that are 8. And then we have a 10-year-old, almost 11, and then a 13-year-old. And the 13-year-old here in about 5 years, I mean, he could be out of the house in 5 to 10 years. And so this is a chance for us to show them the world before they're poor and having kids and not able to travel at all. They're going to have those experiences. And so we want to have those experiences together. And, you know, I think it's great education for them.
Absolutely.
Anyways, we found a lot of reasons why to do this. And then the healthcare is actually really good over there, the healthcare. And so we are looking into healthcare things. So I guess that's really all I wanted to say, is just sort of announce what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm excited about the food, people.
The food.
If
Yes.
you know me, you know.
My sister says that is the reason why we are doing this. It's
I'm
because
not
of the
going to
food.
lie to you that it was definitely an influencing factor.
My husband loves food.
I love food. Who doesn't love food? Tell me a person who doesn't love food.
Everybody loves food.
Everybody loves food, but I like good food.
You love food a little bit more.
But here's the thing. The cost is cheaper. We're going to be able to try a lot of different things that we have never gotten to try before. And the kids, they're game for this. And so I'm also
Yeah, they're
starting
up for it. A lot of people ask. A lot
They
of people
do.
ask.
They'll try anything. I'm also going to start a food channel, and maybe it's been started by the time you watch this video. And guess what? Probably going to be called Jeremy's Food Channel. So you can just type that in.
Yeah.
But I love the experience and to experience culture through food, and this is going to be a part of that. And if you're into that and hearing what it tastes like, great. If you're not, don't worry. I won't bore you on the travel channel too much with that.
So we are going to try and update you on, do these like little YouTube videos to update friends and family, but also there's a lot of other people. I know it's shocking to our friends and family that other people actually do this. Other people that are also doing this like us, that maybe we're one step ahead, that maybe we can help them. So we're going to do little updates and see where it takes us. We're not exactly sure how it's going to look. Hence this video. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe our channel whenever we get back.
Whenever you see a new YouTube channel, you know it's new because they keep saying like and subscribe, but it's
Yes.
important.
Yes.
So thank you. Also, if you're a person and this sounds like something you might want to do, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you to watch through and see what happens with our family,
Yeah.
to see if it's something that might be a fit for you.
Yeah.
And we're just going to be honest with how our experiences are.
Yeah.
We're not going through this thinking, oh, this is just all going to be amazing. There's going to be challenges.
There's
That's what life is.
downsides, and I want to do a video on the downsides that we know are going to be coming up, like modern conveniences that I know I won't have over there, that I know I'm signing up for. I know there's going to be downsides, and we've weighed those heavily, and so we want our friends and family to know there's going to be downsides, and we know that, but we're willing to give it a shot, and we'll let you guys know how it goes. So see you next time.
Make sure.
You're joking.
We'll call it an experiment. Okay.